The world of business is more complex than ever. The world of human resources and compensation is also getting more complex. Welcome to the HR Data Labs podcast, your direct source for the latest trends from experts inside and outside the world of human resources. Listen as we explore the impact that compensation strategy, data, and people analytics can have on your organization. This podcast is sponsored by Salary.com, your source for data, technology, and consulting for compensation and beyond. Now, here are your hosts, David Turetsky and Dwight Brown.
Welcome to the HR Data Labs podcast. I am your host, David Turetsky, alongside my co-host, best friend, partner in crime from Salary.com, Dwight Brown.
Mostly partner in crime.
Especially given the fact that we've just spent a couple days together in Las Vegas. And, you know,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly.
Kinda, yeah.
Except for COVID, which I've gotten a couple times. And the sore
you
throat
and
that
millions
I have.
of other people who have visited Vegas.
Exactly. But this
from
time,
all the talking we've been doing.
oh my gosh, we've been here at the ADP Major Accounts Pro Summit in the beautiful Bellagio Hotel and Resort.
It is a sight to be seen.
It is, and we've had a lot of fun. I've lost a lot of money.
As have I.
Yes, and the hotel found it.
Yeah,
They are not giving it back to us.
But didn't give it back.
They are not giving it back to us. And so
We asked nicely, but
yeah, they will not. They
No.
will not. And that's our one fun thing that no one knows about us is that Dwight and I have a gambling problem, and we are admitting it right now. Every time we come to Vegas, we drop a few dollars.
my gambling problem is that I lose. But I have fun. I have fun doing it. I blew my gambling budget the first night we were here.
Yes.
All of what, a half hour at the blackjack table?
Yes. Although you did have, actually, it was more than a half hour, but you had fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah. We had one dealer who was great,
Yeah.
and then Sheila came. And Sheila just kept winning.
Yeah. It was. We didn't like Sheila.
No,
we
we let
liked
her-
her personally. She was very nice.
But we let
It's
her
just-
know that we thought that her performance evaluation, while positive from the Bellagio's perspective, would definitely go down in history as being one of the worst from a gambler perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think she should get her merit bonus.
No, merit increase, a bonus, anything. Well, actually, she's probably going to get a bonus for all the money she took from the poor slobs at her table, which was more than just Dwight, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everybody else was losing, too.
Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. It was awful. So today is episode 25 of season 9.
Can't believe we're at season 9, the end of season 9.
End of season.
All things.
So that means that our next episode is the start of our 10th season.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have
that's
tolerated
crazy.
us for that long. Holy crap.
They have tolerated us, although it's their fault for going ahead and downloading.
Yes. It's your fault. It's all your fault. So today we're going to review season 9. We're going to talk a little bit about season 10 and some of the changes for season 10.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about our new podcast, the HR Data Labs Brown Bag Lunch,
Yep.
which we started in January of 2025. But we're also going to talk about our predictions
Yep.
from last 6 months, from season 8, episode 25, and our new ones.
Right.
And we had some interesting ones, I think, that we're going to regale you with.
Yeah. Yeah, we really did have a good lineup this season. And you know, being able to parlay that into predictions based on some of the thoughts that we've had as we've gone through these episodes. And
Yeah. So, why don't we first start diving in? We're going to hit season 9.
yeah.
So, season 9 had some amazing episodes. One of the first was actually working with our colleagues, the consulting team at salary.com, and we had a really cool conversation with what their predictions were for 2025. Now, by the way, that happened in January of 25.
Right.
And so we kind of shocked ourselves about some of the predictions. I think some of them have already proven out.
Yep.
And some yet to, and we'll revisit them next year.
What if I told you that your boss skydives, Tim in marketing is a magician, and Sam in accounting does sums in his head while standing on his hands? Seeing sides of the people you work with but never see, sides that inform and inspire their work and that can inspire yours, is what The Talent Show is all about. Email me, Tom Alexander, host of The Talent Show, at talentshow@backboneinc.com and show us what you got. I look forward to seeing you on The Talent Show.
Then we had some interesting ones. I'm not going to go through each of them, but Peter Laughter was on the program, and he's always fun. We've had Siri Chalazi, who is brilliant, and she has a new book out called Making Workplaces Fair by Design, and she went on a book tour after that, by the way, and has done quite well for that. And then Kasara Weinrich from ADP talking about the future of ADP's AI initiatives, and that was actually kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Then we had a lot of others. I mean, I don't think we had a bad episode. No. I mean, we had John Barron, the CHRO of the great state of Utah.
We had so much fun with John.
You became instant best friends with John.
Oh, totally.
I got to visit him.
I got to, unlike most of our guests, I actually got to meet him in person and sit down with he and his staff, go to have a little bit of fun outside of work.
You didn't kill him, though.
I did not kill him.
He was supposed to take him up on paragliding.
Yep.
Didn't happen, thank God.
Yeah, the winds just were not our friend that day. So.
Or they were.
Yeah, depends what angle you're coming at it
Well,
from.
as you know from past episodes, I like the safe route.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where David and I are opposite, because I prefer the adrenaline pumping unsafe stuff. So.
And I enjoy the adrenaline pumping safe stuff.
Right.
Like playing hockey, because I'm a goalie.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so safe.
Yep.
I think I'm up to my 12th or 13th concussion, so yeah. Then we had Martha Curioni, who's one of our best friends from the people analytics world, and she came by to talk to us about using AI responsibly in HR. That was a wonderful episode.
Yeah. I liked Hannah Daniker, too.
Yeah.
Empowering women in a male-dominated industry. The trucking industry is such a, at least for me, was such an unknown entity.
Right.
But realizing that it is truly male-dominated and really hearing from Hannah how that's progressed over the years.
She had a great personal story on that, too.
Yeah, totally.
That was wonderful. And, as I said, wonderful lineup. We had Ann Cuss, Beth White, Stephanie Crevens, Ron Hetrick, your friend Isaac. Kefitz.
Yeah.
Wonderful conversation with that.
Yep.
And then Danielle Bushin, one of our best new friends. We were talking about one of our favorite topics, HR data governance. Mm-hmm. Totally geeked out on that one.
Yeah, we completely geeked out there.
Yeah, loved it.
That was fun.
And then to round out, that's actually the middle of the season. I mean, look at the amazing people we had at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Then to end the season, we had CJ Gross, another new best friend of ours, talking about their zip codes, people's zip code story, learning about people beyond, the first impression.
Yeah, I loved CJ's approach. I loved his personality because he came from it from a totally different angle. An angle of openness.
Yeah, totally unexpected as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then we had Mike Ohata. We were talking with him about building a resilient workforce and reskilling.
Yeah.
Desiree Goldie and bridging the gap on talent, and we were talking about communications with her. Mm-hmm. And then my friend Mike Gomez from the Tasty Restaurant Group talking about the secret sauce of employee engagement.
Yeah, I missed that one. I was bummed.
Yes, well, you can't be on all of them.
Right.
That was at ADP's Meeting of the Minds.
Oh, yeah.
And that was in Vegas as well.
Yeah.
So I've been to Vegas a couple times this year.
Spent a lot of time here.
Yeah. And so, by the way, that I'm not going to be able to go through all of our episodes right now, but the lineup for the rest of the season is just amazing as well. And one of the things we wanted to try and highlight with season 9 is that we lost someone very near to us. She's not dead. She's just gone.
I just gave David the look like, wait, what?
We lost Carissa Harris, who is our podcast manager. And we've been with Carissa for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
And we love her. And she took another job. And so she left us.
Yep. She really kept this podcast going.
Yep.
And did a lot. That was huge loss for us.
Yes.
Both from a podcast perspective, but more than that, just, Carissa was a good friend of ours. And,
Yes.
And we really appreciated everything that she did for this podcast.
Yeah. And so, Carissa, we love you, and we'll miss you. One of the things you'll notice is on season 9, Carissa had actually recorded the intro and the bumps.
Yeah.
And now, in honor of her, we're replacing that audio. and I think you've heard a theme that we've had throughout season 9, which was artificial intelligence being used as a tool for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And so we are embracing that here at the HR Data Labs podcast.
Yes, we are.
And we have recorded artificial intelligence bumps for the podcast. And you'll hear that starting in season 10.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
We are all in on AI.
We are embracing AI with all feet, hands, arms, the whole kit and caboodle. And one of the things we're going to talk about our season 10 is how we're embracing it. And we're actually maybe even talk about it for our predictions as well.
Yeah.
Let's start by talking a little bit about season 10, because season 10 kicks off with a different tone. And we're not going to go into all the different episodes for season 10. I will tell you it's going to be a little different. It'll be fun and exciting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we try to keep a lot of different topics out there.
Yeah.
And explore those topics. In fact, as we've been at the conference here, we've had a lot of opportunity to talk with people about the podcast.
Yeah.
And what they ask us is, what do you talk about?
Exactly.
And
what don't we talk about?
Right,
is the answer.
exactly. That's sort of the answer that we have is we used to be all about HR data and
analytics.
Expanded to other HR topics, and now we've really started to get outside the realm of just being strictly HR related. And I mean, it all ties back in some way or another.
Yeah,
but
of course, to measurement and data and how to overcome these business issues. But I think it also, a lot of it is the expansion of the focus that we're taking on personally. We started this as, HR data and analytics experts.
yeah,
And we've really kind of taken on new roles and taken on new responsibilities and kind of expanded our horizons as well.
right, exactly.
And one of the ways in which we've expanded that is, as we talked about before, we've introduced this new HR Data Labs Brown Bag Lunch,
Yep.
which gives you the opportunity to interface with us on a weekly basis. It's every Friday from 2 o'clock Eastern to 2:30 Eastern. It's only a half hour.
Right.
And we have a guest on each time, hopefully, unless the guest cancels.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Every once in a
We've
while.
had a no-show or two happen.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair to them, things happen, life happens,
yeah.
and,
Exactly,
it's okay.
yeah.
But we've actually had people who are on the podcast, the audio podcast, say, oh, we had fun, let's do it again. And we go, well, why don't you do the Brown Bag Lunch?
Right. Mike Ohata did that.
Mike Ohata did that, yeah, absolutely. And, so what you're going to find, Richard Rosenau did it, and Jordan Morrow, he'll be back on soon. So what you're going to hear from us on the HR Data Labs Brown Bag Lunch is a fun opportunity for you to ask questions while we're live
Right.
on the air
Yeah.
through LinkedIn, and be able to provide us with what your thoughts are, what your questions are right away, and get answers right away.
Yep. It's nice having that interaction, that sort of real-time interaction.
Absolutely.
Because every once in a while we get a question or a comment from people, but it's always after the fact. And
Yeah, this is a real-time opportunity.
yeah, and it's been a lot of fun just moving to a live environment too. I mean, of course we have to be careful with what we say, because we can't say, "Okay, Carl, edit that out," when we say a bad word or something like that.
Yes, that is definitely true. And we do have to care about that, because we want to be a PG-13, podcast.
Right.
And that's not exactly what we can do all the time. So,
Right.
Especially
Especially when we get in these topics where we feel especially passionate about it.
we get passionate.
Every once in a while, and
Wow.
irreverent.
Wow. All right. Well, now it's the time for us to talk about what were our predictions for the last time,
Yep.
and what are the predictions for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking subscribe. This podcast is made possible by Salary.com. Now, back to the show.
So, Dwight, your prediction for episode 25 of season 8 was that we're going to see an increase in the use of artificial intelligence in the customer service world, and that there's going to be a lot of reskilling and upskilling
Yeah.
in that environment. How'd you do on that?
I think I did well with that. With AI, and I think this is settling down some, but with AI, there's been sort of this sky is falling mentality.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and I had written a white paper on customer service, the impact of AI on customer service reps. And in there, my both in the paper as well as the prediction that I made from this last season, I said that customer service representatives will be replaced by AI to a certain extent. But what's really going to happen, instead of mass layoffs and that kind of thing, what's really going to happen is more reskilling and upskilling of people.
Right.
Because to be able to use AI effectively is really the key to a lot of this. It's not just, it's not a piece of software that a company brings in and it magically replaces everybody in the company.
Exactly.
So my prediction really was we're going to see this in the customer service industry continue to play out, but we're going to see a lot of reskilling and upskilling. And so I feel like I hit the nail on the head, the head on the nail.
The head on the nail. So, A?
Yeah, we'll go with an A on that one.
Good. I agree with you on that one. Mine was, I can't say prophetic, but damn close.
Yeah.
Which was with the, and remember, this goes back to January.
Yep.
Right? I said with the incoming Congress, with the Senate and the House being one party with the president, there was going to be sweeping changes to a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Especially HR stuff. I don't think I could have possibly imagined, though, it was going to be this sweeping.
Right.
And this impactful. Now, by the way, not a lot through legislation, but a ton through executive order.
Right.
And while we're still seeing some of the challenge of this at the federal district court level and the Supreme Court level,
Yep.
gosh, there was a ton of change.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Most especially with that 3-letter acronym that has become almost verboten to say out loud.
Yeah.
I'll say it, DE&I.
Yep. We might have to have that one beeped out.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We still have some, we're still brave, let's just put it that way. But I think the other part of it that I kind of got was that DE&I was going to take a shot and that the hope was that DE&I has been so embedded in corporate culture that it didn't need to be said anymore.
Right.
That we were going to live it whether or not we were talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so there's been so much said and so much done, but I truly hope it is operations as normal, but gosh, it took a hit.
Yeah. It's aggravating, it's frustrating, but I'm with you that it's embedded enough at this point that it's going to keep going.
Let's pray that it is, yeah.
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 It's not going to look like we may have pictured it would look. You know, if we had talked about this a year ago, the way that we pictured DE&I versus the way that it's probably going to play out, two totally different pictures.
Yep, exactly. So I'm going to give myself an A on this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think you hit the nail on the head.
I wish I was wrong
on
though.
the nail, like I said before.
Yeah. I wish I hit my thumb instead of the nail.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one, unfortunately, I got it right.
Yeah.
Hey, are you listening to this and thinking to yourself, man, I wish I could talk to David about this? Well, you're in luck. We have a special offer for listeners of the HR Data Labs podcast. A free half-hour call with me about any of the topics we cover on the podcast or whatever is on your mind. Go to salary.com/HRDL consulting to schedule your free 30-minute call today.
So, Dwight, are we ready? We need to talk about what your prediction is for the next 6 months, Karnak.
Yeah. So the prediction that I have is more on the economic front. A lot of companies, a lot of organizations, especially the organizations that depend on federal dollars, have sort of stopped spending and really have taken a wait and see approach. And I know this because we work with so many different companies in what we do, and we just hear over and over from them, hey, we are just in a holding pattern right now. But what I predict for the next 6 months is we're actually going to see a little bit of a loosening in the economy. Not long ago, I figured we were going to have a deep recession that we went into. But, you know, now with the trade talks seemingly being phase 2 of this, I think people are starting to feel very slightly more comfortable. We're not going to be...
So you're not saying the plug's going to come out and everything's going to flow?
No. It's not going to be like that. But I do think that we are going to see a little bit of loosening in the economy.
So you're not predicting 2 quarters of GDP recession, GDP declining. You're not ready to call for Q2 to be a recession?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to ask.
Yeah. No, good clarification.
Yeah. Which would have ramifications for all of us.
Right.
Okay. We hear you.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on that.
That is your season 9 prediction.
Official prediction. Yep.
Okay. So, I guess it comes to me then, huh?
Yeah. Next one's on you. What do you got?
Well, so if you haven't gotten the theme for season 9, I'll tell you it starts with A, and the second word starts with I. AI. We have talked about AI ad nauseum on this show.
And we'll continue to.
And we will continue to. So my prediction is that people are going to fall into 2 camps. We're going to start to see people falling into 2 camps. The first camp is the people who adopt or start learning about artificial intelligence. And then they're going to be the resistors. Dwight, what is it that says, what's the tagline you have in your, or the quote that you have in your signature of your emails?
So the quote is that AI will not replace people. People who know AI will replace people who don't know AI.
And that is what I'm channeling. I am buying that 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting that people will start to adopt it slowly at first, but then in a storm. And I'm talking the next 6 months.
Yep.
People will see they cannot get away from it. They're going to start to hear about it in every facet of their lives if they haven't already.
Yep.
And they're going to start to take training on it, and they're going to start to utilize it more so than ever. And we're going to see artificial intelligence start to become as mainstream as the big corporate entities had wanted it to be maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah. I agree with you.
And one way that we're personally adopting is I just took some certifications in AI not too long ago from Coursera, and you are actually living it as well. You're dipping your hands in it from the Calgon commercials. You're actually building bots.
Yep. It's interesting, your prediction, because I think what happens with technology is it goes through a life cycle. You look at the use of PCs in the workplace and the proliferation of PCs, and it was sort of the same battle cry of, oh, this is coming, this is gonna replace everybody, and
and it did to some extent.
What's that?
It did to some extent.
Yeah, exactly. But you had the early adopters who got on top of it and learned to use the technology, and the stage that we're in that's consistent with what the other was companies are realizing and individuals are realizing how much efficiency it can add. And right now it's a novelty. That efficiency is a novelty, but pretty soon it's going to become an expectation. It's going to be an expectation that you know how to effectively utilize ChatGPT in your day-to-day work.
Just like you use Excel or Word or Outlook.
Exactly.
And by the way, if you haven't seen it already, Microsoft is building Copilot AI into those technologies.
Right.
So if you haven't seen it yet, and by the way, you've seen the spell checker.
Yep.
Which has been around for decades.
Yeah.
You've seen the grammar checker, which has been around for decades.
Yep.
Those things are AI.
Yeah.
And they are going to continue to grow to impact your life in ways in which you're not going to recognize.
Right.
But that's you swimming in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm thinking that people are now going to recognize this and want to adopt it, and they're going to go to the Coursera's, Udemy's, and other places. Even Microsoft and Google have free online courses for this.
Yeah.
And we're going to start to see the rise of the AI kind of educational push.
Right. Exactly.
And so that's my prediction.
I like it. I'm with you on that prediction.
It's non-political.
Yeah.
And I haven't done a non-political one in a while. So, first of all, I wanted to make sure, because I promised someone at this event that I would give them a shout out. And that's Victoria Kennedy, the VP of HR from People's Bank. And she said, there's no way that you're going to mention me on the show. And I made her wait through the entire episode for that shout out. So, Victoria, this one's for you.
Never dare David to do something.
Never dare me. Anyways. It has been an absolute pleasure, Dwight, in this season.
Yeah, likewise. We've had great conversations this season.
Yes.
Kind of disappointed to wrap it up, but at the same time, I always look forward to the next season and what that holds for us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, we have these recordings on our schedule ad nauseum
we're booked out for the next
forever.
6 months.
Yeah, exactly. And
people ask us, okay, when's my episode going to air? And we're like, wait a minute, what year is it? It's a good problem to have.
It is definitely a good problem to have.
Yeah.
And especially if you look back early on in our existence, we had to kind of beg, borrow, and steal people to be on the program.
Yeah.
Most of them are my buddies. Now, we have an embarrassment of riches, and that's a testament to you listening, and it's a testament to the people who help us put on the show.
Yep.
And so we thank all of you very much. We thank our employer and our sponsor, Salary.com. for enabling us to be doing this.
Right.
Because we love it. It's part of our favorite time working together.
Yeah.
So
It's great.
So Dwight, thank you very much for being here.
David, thank you. And thank you to every one of our guests, and especially every one of our listeners.
That's correct.
For making this podcast what it is.
That's right. Thank you all for listening. Take care. And as I always say, stay safe.
That was the HR Data Labs podcast. If you liked the episode, please subscribe. And if you know anyone that might like to hear it, please send it their way. Thank you for joining us this week, and stay tuned for our next episode. Stay safe.